Hello and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. I am going out for brunch with my friends and then we do have D&D later tonight, so not super busy, but I do actually have plans, which is a change for me. So I just thought before I head out I would just tell you about the books that I am going to be reading this week. So the first one is Empire of the Vampire by Kristoff, and I think this is going to be featured probably all week because it is absolutely huge and the writing is minuscule. So I have read 90 pages, so I started it last night and I have read 90 pages, which is quite good. So I'm just getting into it, but from what I understand of this, there's no, like, the sun has stopped rising, so it is perpetually dark, and because of that vampires kind of rule the world because they can walk around all the time during technically the day, but there is no sun. And this is told in sort of like an interview format, so it is between the last Silver Saint and he's forced to tell his story and his story about who the Silver Saints are, what they do, and it's really interesting so far. As I said, I'm not too far into it, so it's still getting to grips with everything, but it is really interesting. It is my first Kristoff. I've never read anything from him before, and I am enjoying his writing style. It's really interesting, and I love, which I didn't know when I picked this up, that there's artwork in it. There's like pictures to go alongside some of the descriptions, which I think is really interesting. We need more of that in books because that is actually just really great, and it also helps. I'm not the best visual reader. I kind of just have a vague idea, and then when someone says, oh, this is what a character looks like, I'm like, okay. So having the images in there, like the artwork, is really good. So yeah, I am enjoying it, but I think because of the absolute size of it, I feel like the vlog is mostly going to be me reading this, but you never know, I might fly through it. And then of course, because I always do, I have a book on my Kindle. Now, because of this being such a huge book and I feel like it's going to get intense, I've gone with a translated sort of cozy fiction, is I guess what you describe it as, and that is The Convenience Store by the Sea. And this is by, I'm really sorry, I'm probably going to absolutely butcher this, Sonoko Machida, and then it's translated by Bruno Navahi. And again, if I've said that completely wrong, I do apologise. So yeah, it just looks really cute. So from my understanding of this, it's about a convenience store that is open 24/7 and it has exactly what you need in it, but I haven't actually started it yet, so I'm really looking forward to getting into it. So when you get a Kindle book, typically they tell you, like, they always give you a specific location that the book opens on, so it doesn't open on the title page. And so I always like to flick through because sometimes you miss things, because I think it might have been One Dark Window. So I do it as a habit anyway, but in One Dark Window there's like a little, I'm not sure it's technically a prologue, but there was a little bit of text before the story started, and my Kindle, when I opened it, didn't give me that page, so I always flick through. And then I haven't started it yet, but this is so cute. So it's got this little illustrations of food and it's just making me super hungry. That cake, oh, that cake looks so good. So yeah, I just think that's really cute and I'm looking forward to getting into it. I don't think it's very long. I'm gonna have a quick look and see if it tells me how many pages it is. Okay, so yeah, 282 pages. So it's not as short as I was thinking, but it's also not particularly long either. So yeah, this will be my Kindle book that if I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed by my physical book, I can move on to this. So yeah, as I said, I'm popping out for brunch with my friends. My one friend is going to come and pick me up shortly, and yeah, I'm looking forward to having a coffee. I'm not going to talk about these too much because I have done a little video on these already, but the place that we went for brunch is a new place I'd never been to before, and they had a charity shop nearby, and of course I went in and they had an amazing selection of books. They had lots of series as well, but like not the first book in the series. But I did pick up a very big stack of books. So I spent £3.75 because they were 75p each. So yeah, I'm very pleased with myself. The Inheritance Cycle, they didn't have the first book, so I bought all the rest. So I'm now on the hunt for the first one, Aragon. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Yes, I'm on the hunt for that. But yeah, I'm really pleased with my book haul, and also the copy of And Now Back to You is the sprayed edge. So absolutely buzzing about that. I did ARC read that, so I have already read it, but just nice to have a physical copy. So pretty much since I've been back, I've just been reading Empire of the Vampire. So I'm now 142 pages in, and it's ticking along nicely. It's very very small amount of progress, but yes, it's ticking along quite nicely. It's still getting to grips with it, but I'm really enjoying the writing style. I will just say as a brief trigger warning that there was some animal death in this. It's not too bad, but just be prepared of that. I'm not sure if any more will come up, but there's that. I understand it's a book about vampires, but still. And yeah, I love the addition of the artwork in here as well. I didn't know that that was a thing. I'm really enjoying that, so that's good. And we're no longer playing D&D tonight because somebody, the DM, my husband, was not prepped, so we have postponed that to next week. But that means I've got more time to read this. So I think after we've had something to eat, I'm just going to sit and read this for the rest of the evening and hopefully get in a good chunk of it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Before I head up to bed, because I'm very tired. It is a bank holiday tomorrow, so I'm not actually working tomorrow, which is really nice. But I'm still going to get up early because my husband is at work, so I'll get up and make us coffee in the morning. But before I head upstairs, I thought I would give you a little bit of an update on Empire of the Vampire. So I'm now 204 pages in, so it actually feels like I can see my progress. Woo! It's still barely anything, but yeah, not too bad. It's taking a lot of concentration, and not in a bad way. I'm still sort of getting into it and understanding how everything's all coming together. It is sort of hopping timelines a little bit. I'm not sure if it's going to do that for the rest of the book, but it has hopped to further in the future. Well, obviously it's still in the past, but further in the timeline and then gone back. So that's something that I'm getting used to. As I have said before, I do really enjoy the artwork in this. And yeah, it's just really interesting learning about the Silver Saints and what exactly they do. The premise of this is talking about looking for the Holy Grail, and that has been mentioned, and it's been sort of hinted that nobody believes that it's real, and people don't think that it can be found. And Gabriel, the main character, himself, when he's talking about it originally, he's like, no, it doesn't exist. But I'm wondering if there's a potential that it does, and we're going to hear more about that. But then it's gone back in time, further in time, and is given a little bit more of a backstory on exactly how he became a Silver Saint. So even though I am, 200 pages in, I feel like there's so much world building, there's so much character building that it's quite difficult personally for me to actually say what's happening without just listing off what's going on. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the writing style. I'm finding it easy to read. The chapters in themselves are relatively short, so that's also helping me just go to the next one. And it is split into sort of sections, and I'm up to the third section already. So yeah, overall still enjoying it. I'm hoping that I could get a good chunk of this read tomorrow. And I just as a quick quick update because earlier I was waiting for my friend to pick me up so we could go for brunch. I didn't want to get stuck in Empire of the Vampire, so I decided to read a little bit of The Convenience Store by the Sea. Now, I'm not very far into this at all. I'm just going to open it up and tell you what page I'm on. Page 19, 6% of the way through. But I've read the prologue, and what I didn't realise about this book, and I probably wouldn't have picked it up and started reading it at this time if I'd have known, is the chapters are incredibly long. So the prologue was a normal sort of couple of pages, and the first chapter of this, it's about an hour. So I've started reading the first chapter, but not even close to being finished with it. And I was just planning to kind of pick this up if I wanted a break from Empire of the Vampire and wanted something a little bit easier. But because the chapters in this are really long, I feel like it's a bit, there's not, unless there is further into it, like natural chapter breaks and natural stopping points, which I'm going to see. I'm going to give it a little bit of a go because I did obviously stop part way through because my friend picked me up. But if there's not, then I think I might just put this to the side until I finished Empire of the Vampire, because yeah, I kind of wanted this as just an easy read alongside it, but I also don't want to be stopping partway through chapters, and I didn't realise the chapters were so long. So yeah, what I've read so far is fine, but it's not much at all. Just setting up the store, and it seems that the manager is apparently very attractive and people seem to flock to him, and that is really all I've got from it so far. So not much to update on that, but just a little comment on it. It's actually later in the day than I planned. It's almost 12:30 and I actually haven't done all that much reading. I'm on page 246 of Empire of the Vampire. So last night I think I read like a chapter or two, and then I did attempt to read more on my Kindle of The Convenience Store by the Sea, but I kept falling asleep. So I wouldn't even say that I've made any progress because I think I'm going to have to go back and reread it. So that didn't really work out. I have been reading more of Empire of the Vampire and I'm still really loving it. But mostly this morning I have just been filming and editing videos, so I'm on top of all of the stuff that I needed to film and edit, so that's really good. But my plan now for the rest of the day is to just read, and I'm really hoping, because I think I'm about 30% of the way through, I'd love to get to 50% today. That would be my dream. So I will see how I get on. It's really warm again, absolutely boiling. So yeah, see how I get on with this, but I just thought I would come in and at least start the updates for today. I did get changed because we went for a walk and it was absolutely boiling and I got really sweaty, so I changed into a vest top and short. I have hit 50% of the way through Empire of the Vampire. This is where I'm at. This is how much I've read. This is how much I've got left to read. So I'm on page 370, which I was actually hoping that I would have gotten way more read today. I feel like it's as soon as you have the opportunity to read all day and do nothing else, well, I then decide, of course that's not what I'm going to do, and I've just been scrolling mindlessly on my phone, which is actually really annoying to me. So I have been using Focus Friend a little bit to try and stop the mindless scrolling, but I'm just glad that I got to 50% of the way because that was a major goal of mine. I wanted to do that today, and I'm still really enjoying it, and I'm thinking that it's really going to get into it now. So there's been some reveals about the Holy Grail, which kind of blew my mind and I was not expecting at all. So that has really intrigued me. I don't even know what to say. yeah, so that has really intrigued me. It's really, really interesting, and I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot more trouble ahead. Not that it has been an easy ride at all, because it absolutely has not. So yeah, I think Gabriel's a really interesting character, and I'm intrigued to see more about his situation. It has stayed, so it did flick sort of back, further back into the past, and then it came back to the part where he's hunting for the Holy Grail, and it has stayed there pretty much the rest of the way. So I'm not sure if it's going to flick back and forth again, but I'd be quite interested to know, because there has been talks about his family, and I'm quite intrigued about that whole situation and how that happened. So I'd love to read more on that, but I'm not sure if we'll get it there. But I'm pretty impressed with my progress, since realistically I have only been reading it for 2 days properly, so pretty good. But I am back at work tomorrow, and things are going to be busy, so I don't know how much I'm actually going to get done of it this week, but I will see how it goes. That is everything. This is all I've been reading, because it's absolutely huge. But yes, no, I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely intrigued, and I really like the writing style. I really like descriptions. I think it's really, really, really well written. It's absolutely boiling today. I don't even know how many degrees it is, but it feels like I'm in the pits of hell. We do have a fan on. I don't think that you can hear it picking it up on the mic, so fingers crossed that you can't, because I don't want to turn it off. It's too warm as it is. Well, we have 2 fans. We have one over there and one really close. I have turned the one off that's close to me, because you'd definitely hear it. So while I'm trying not to melt, I just thought I'd come and give a quick update on Empire of the Vampire. I'm still absolutely loving it. I'm 405-ish pages, because it's got a few page breaks, because I've just got to book 5, like part 5 of this, and stuff's been happening, and I am shocked. I did not pick up that was the case. Something has happened in this, and I am so shocked. Like, I was reading it in bed last night, and I was like, what? So that's really good. So I'm really intrigued to see where this is going to go. I've still got quite a good chunk left, so it could go absolutely anywhere. But yeah, I'm really, really intrigued by it. I didn't see it coming at all, so I love that. I love when books surprise me like that. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see where it's going. Still really enjoying it. It has pretty much been my only focus. I'm trying to get this finished in a good amount of time to get it back to the library, but also not trying to rush it. So yeah, I will hopefully get to do some more reading of this later. So I'm just sat at the dining table doing some editing on the vlog. So this is a completely new angle. I just thought I would come in and give you a bit of an update on Empire of the Vampire. Let me just put my bookmark in it properly. There we are. So I actually haven't read much of this today. So I'm on page 440. So I've only read just under 40 pages, but I have been back at work today. It's been very busy, and I'm finding the heat is not helping me with concentrating on reading. I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm still really enjoying this, and I really love seeing the progress. I feel like this is all I've got left to read, which feels easy now that I'm so far into it. But yes, I'm still really intrigued. So the timelines do keep kind of jumping back and forth. So it's back when Gabriel first trained to be a Silver Saint, and then it's jumping to quite a few years in the future when he is on the hunt for the Holy Grail. So it is giving, now I can't remember exactly, but I believe it's each new book, because it's split into sections, but each section is called a book. So it'll be like book 1, book 2, book 3. Anyway, I believe it's when that happens that it changes like time, but don't quote me, because I haven't been keeping 100% track. What I will say is it doesn't tell you, so it doesn't give you any like years or time or anything like that. You just kind of have to pick it up when you're reading it, that right now we're back into this sort of scenario. So that is a little bit was a little bit confusing to me, but it's not major, because as soon as I start reading it, I understand where he's at. But I do like that we're getting the information on how he became a Silver Saint, and then a few years after, when he has been for quite a long time, he's this legendary Silver Saint, and he's just a completely different person. So it's interesting, and I'm intrigued to see how he gets to the place that he is now, because now he's quite cynical. When he's first trained to be a Silver Saint, he believes in God, like very much. He really believes in what he's doing. He's trying to be the best that he can be and do the best that he can. Whereas perspective, when he's older, he's just had enough. He's fed up and he just wants to get stuff done, and he seems to have lost his faith. So that's interesting. It's interesting to see, because the Silver Saint, the whole thing seems to be centered on faith, which is again something that's really interesting to me, because I don't really believe in religion. I don't have any sort of religious inkling. So it's interesting to see how this is all set up in that, and how the whole thing works. He believes that God's on his side, but then in a few years into his life, he's like, no, why? Quite interesting to see. So I'm really looking forward to getting further into this and seeing hopefully the two timelines connecting, and how everything all comes together to the place where he's at now, and the whole situation with the Holy Grail, which is really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. So I've had to turn the fan off to film this update, so I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. I am still chugging away at Empire of the Vampire. I'm 496 pages in. I was really hoping this morning that I was going to get to page 500, but I didn't quite make it. But I'm getting there, and I can really see my progress. I'm really impressed with how much I've actually managed to read of this, and I would love to get this done before the end of the week. That would be amazing, but I'm not sure if I will be that lucky. So I'm still really enjoying it. I'm loving everything I'm just loving it. I think the story is really interesting. I like the timeline and the way it jumps back and forth. It's giving you little bits of information that's then sort of making you understand Gabriel a little bit more, and why he's become the way that he has. I'm really intrigued to see how the Holy Grail things will pan out. And I'm thinking, I wonder what trouble will happen in the last few hundred pages. Considering how quickly I've managed to read it, just shows how good it is. I think the writing style is so good. The descriptions of things, the world build, characters. There's a lot of characters in here, but everybody feels so unique and fleshed out enough that you are rooting for individual characters as well. There's been some emotional things happening in this, and I actually feel like I care about side characters, which is really great. I hate when books have just, one or two main characters who are really fleshed out, and then all the side and supporting characters are really one-dimensional. I'm not getting that with this book. I'm really rooting for all of the characters, even if they're not as major as the sort of main character, and so I really like that. And I do feel like Kristoff is not pulling his punches at all, so I'm a little bit worried about where this is going. And obviously I know this is the first one in a series, so I imagine it gets worse, but I'm really enjoying this, and I'm hoping that I can get at least 100-ish pages read today. That would be amazing. So I haven't actually managed to do it. I was hoping to today. So I am 560 pages in, and I was really hoping that I was going to get another 100 pages done, but it doesn't seem likely that that's going to happen today. So I don't think I will be hitting the 600 pages. But I'm still going to get this read when I head upstairs shortly. But I did have to work late today, so I didn't have as much reading time as I was hoping. But I'm only 150 pages from the end, which is actually kind of insane. So this is all I've got left to read, which is kind of crazy to me. So I'm hoping that I can get at least another chapter or two read tonight. If I could get as close to to page 600, I would absolutely love that. And then I'll only have, you know, about 100, just over 100 pages to go. So I might actually, fingers crossed, maybe get this done tomorrow. So I do have to work late tomorrow as well. But I'm thinking I might just try and make this a priority. Just power through my lunch break, get some read in the morning, and just read as much as I can tomorrow evening as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So much has happened. And as I think I mentioned previously, Kristoff does not pull his punches, and I am feeling it. So I'm a little bit scared on what is to come, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm on to the last section now, so I think this is going to potentially bring us up to the present. So it's still following Gabriel. He's got the Holy Grail, and you know, he's been, the whole thing has been him talking about how he lost it when he's been in his interview stage. So I'm thinking that it's building up now to what happened with that, and we're possibly going to get the story arc to meet up with present day. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see what will happen with this. But I have really enjoyed it so far, and I can't believe how quickly I've managed to read it. So I actually made some really good progress on Empire of the Vampire this morning. So I did read a little bit more last night before I went to sleep, and then I read some more this morning. So I'm now on page 640. So I have, I think, only about 80 pages to go, and I'm in the final stretch. This is all I've got left to read, and so I am finishing this tonight. I do not care. I am getting this finished tonight, and I can't wait, but I'm also scared. There is something that's been happening throughout this, and I have a theory on something, and I don't think it's meant to be that you don't know it. I'm trying to be really vague because I don't want to spoil anything, but there's something that I'm thinking is going to possibly be revealed that has been hinting throughout, and I haven't mentioned it because I've been sort of back and forth and thinking, oh, I think it's that, and then I'm like, well, actually, I'm not sure if it is. I'm really intrigued to see if that will be revealed in this, so I'm looking forward to that. I liked the fact that we have now met up with some of the characters that we've met previously from years before, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing how this is going to wrap up and how he's in the situation that he is in at the moment. And I'm just concerned that the last sort of 80-ish pages are going to be really intense. So yeah, my goal is to get this done today. I'm not going to sleep until this is finished, and then hopefully, because if I can get this done, then I can squeeze in another book, and then the vlog won't just be this book the whole time, even though it basically is. But at that size, you can't really say too much about it, can you? So just thought I'd quickly come and show you. My Amazon parcel just came, and I did order a book because it was on offer, and I didn't do like a proper unboxing because it was in with my coffee order, so I also got my boxes of coffee. But I picked up Yesteryear by Caro Burke, and I got it in hardback because it was like £8 something. It's less than £9 for the hardback, and even the ebook was more than that. So I was like, I'm picking it up because I've got serious FOMO. I'm seeing this absolutely everywhere. So I just know that this is about a woman who's like a social media influencer, pretends to be like a trad wife, but then she ends up being transported back in time to actually experience what it would have been like to be a wife and a female in that time. And I've just heard everybody is raving about this, so I wanted to get it, and when I saw that it was so cheap, couldn't resist picking it up. So yeah, it just says, my name is Natalie Helen Mills, and I was perfect at being alive. Natalie lives a perfect traditional lifestyle, and her followers are sick with envy. Her charming farmhouse at her working ranch is artfully cluttered. Her husband is a handsome cowboy, and her homemade sourdough rolls are each more beautiful than the last. So what if there are nannies and producers and industrial grade ovens behind the scenes? What her followers don't know won't hurt them. Then, one morning, Natalie wakes up in a strange, horrible version of reality. Her home, her husband, her children, they're all familiar, but something's off. Is this a hoax, a reality show, a test from God? Natalie knows just two things for sure, that this isn't her perfect life, and she must escape by any means possible. And then it says, darkly funny as it is shocking and gripping, Yesteryear is electrifying examination of traditional faith and the great grand performance of womanhood from thrilling new talent in fiction. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this. As I said, it's meant to be £16.99 and I got it for £8 something, and I'm looking forward to getting into this. So I'm sure this will be featured in a vlog at some point soon. I've literally just this second finished Empire of the Vampire by Kristoff, and I'm a little bit lost for words. So I'm really intrigued to see where this is going to go and how the next book is going to continue. The thing that I discussed this morning that I was saying I had an inkling about, it was true, but I don't feel like it was meant to be a surprise. I think it was meant to be sort of throwing you off a little bit, but it was hinted. I was just second guessing myself, so there was that, and there was a twist at the end that I didn't see coming at all. I did not see that at all. Actually, there was quite a few things. So yeah, the last sort of 50 pages, I was just locked in. I really enjoyed it. Yes, I really enjoyed it. I think 4 stars. I am definitely going to be seeing if I can get hold of the second book. I'm actually really proud of myself to have finished it. I haven't taken my bookmark out, but I finished it in 5 days, which is really good. So yeah, and for a first Kristoff book, I'm really impressed, and I will definitely be looking to pick up more in the future. But yeah, I want to read the next one now, but I think I might have to take a little bit of a break because that's insane. So because I finished this and the vlog is not over because we still have another day to go, I will be picking up The Convenience Store by the Sea and probably not making a whole bunch of progress on this, but I will make a start on it. Well, I think I've maybe read a couple of pages here and there. I've tried to keep, but it's just too long chapters. So yeah, I'm on page 33, 12% of the way through. I'm still on chapter 1. So yeah, I will continue with this and probably try and get a good chunk of this read tomorrow, because I don't think this will take too long to read really. So yeah, that's my plan for that. But not really much else to update. I will be picking up Thunderhead as well, because I need to get that done. That needs to go back to the library as well as this. I did read some of The Convenience Store by the Sea last night. I actually finally finished the first chapter, which was like an hour long, which is insane. Rosie is chilling there. So I am now on to chapter 2, and that page 54, 19% of the way through. I'm unsure how I feel about it at the moment. There we go. It's just very slice of life at the moment. It's just, I have maybe mentioned it briefly, it's about this convenience store, and there is a manager that everybody seems to love and find very attractive, and so that was there was like a prologue, and there was a girl who went to visit the store because she could drive and she just wanted to go, and happened to just stumble across it and saw this store manager being like mobbed by women, which was a bit strange. And then it's now from the perspective of one of the people who work there, and she's just discussing what it's like, and she creates manga about the manager of the store but under a fake name, and people don't know who he is. And yeah, it's just been discussing, oh, these are the kind of people that come into the store. There's like elderly customers and things like that. So it's not really a whole lot happening, but at the same time it's really nice just to have this book that's much more chill, you know, not crazy things happening. I feel like it's really good after reading Empire of the Vampire to just have that's a lot easier and just, as I said, slice of life. So I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not sure, I don't have any strong opinions, but I will keep going and see how I get on. It's just the length of the chapters that are putting me off a little bit, just because I find that I can't just easily pick it up, read a little bit and put it down when the chapters are so long, because I don't want to stop halfway through a chapter, and there aren't chapter breaks, there aren't any really clear stopping points. So I will see how I get on with it and let you know. So I thought, because it is almost 9:30, that it was probably time to finish off this vlog and round everything up. So we went out shopping pretty much as soon as I finished work, and I did pick up a book. I put it on the shelf already, so I'm not going to go grab it, but I picked up the most recent book in the Thursday Murder Club series, as I have them all in paperback. But I read that book already. My granddad had a copy of it, but in hardback, but I wanted to complete my collection, so I did pick that up. But because I've already read it, it just went straight on the shelf, so there's that. I haven't actually done much reading this evening either, because I'm trying to get the vlog edited, because I was a little bit behind on editing. But I did read some. So I'm on page 80 of The Convenience Store by the Sea, which is 28% of the way through. So not a huge amount of this read, but I didn't think that I would, when I only had today to actually read it. But what I've realised is, yes, the chapters are long, because technically they are all sort of like short stories. So each chapter follows a different person who either works at the convenience store or is a customer at the store. And I believe that they'll start to interconnect. So they're more just mini, like they're short stories rather than it being one continuous story, which I didn't realise, but I'm enjoying it overall. I think it's just a nice slice of life. It's just interesting to see what these people get up to in this convenience store. It just seems to be a little bit of fun. Obviously the manager of the store seems to be this amazing person that everybody loves, and this particular store, just everybody seems to really enjoy it, and it's just exactly what they need, which is quite nice. And obviously just seeing all the characters in it and all the different things that they're getting up to in the shop. So overall I'm enjoying it so far, but I'm not sure how I'll feel about it because I'm not very far into it yet. But I think it's just been quite a nice one to read, especially after reading an absolutely huge book that took up quite a lot of concentration. But yes, I'm pretty impressed with the amount of reading that I got done this week, because I finished Empire of the Vampire, which was a 700+ page book, and then obviously I have made some progress on The Convenience Store by the Sea. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning into another weekly reading vlog. Please do leave a comment, a like, subscribe, all those kind of things if you're enjoying, and I hope to see you in another vlog soon.